We are being absolutely bombarded with information from people all around the world. We're both more connected and more disconnected than we've ever been as humans, especially after the last few years that we've experienced. And it's hard to sometimes sift through all the beautiful pictures of people and their wonderful lives that they're living and really determine what's real. To me, it feels more important than ever to be your most authentic self on social media. And that's something I've really tried to do, be 100% me on this channel. And it's not always easy, but let's talk about how you can be the most authentic you in video. A few years back, I worked at a local news station, and full discretion, at that time I had just gotten a new boss that was making some changes and some rules that was making it really difficult to work there. So my coworker and I, in order to get through the day, we decided to start having a 5 p.m. dance party. Every day we would go in his office at 5 o'clock, spend 3 minutes, turn on a song, and just start dancing. Now the fun part was, it started with just the two of us, and then another person showed up, and then the next day we had 10 people. And this office, by the way, was teeny tiny. It was basically like a hole in the wall with all it had was his editing computer, and he really couldn't fit much else in there. And this 5 o'clock dance party, it just kept growing and growing and growing until we had a 5 p.m. dance party, but the 5 a.m. crew, they had their own dance party. And it was a really, really cool experience. We started posting it on social, and we did inevitably get in trouble, but at the same time, our boss looked at us and was like, wow, you guys are fun. Like, we need to utilize you in a different way. Lo and behold, the street team was born. We basically got to go out and go to really cool events all over Utah and just experience them, tell people about them, and do Facebook Lives and kind of just show people all the cool things that we had to do in Utah. I didn't really have any on-camera experience before that. I was an editor, I was a producer. I felt comfortable on camera, but it wasn't something that I was necessarily pursuing. So the really cool thing for me is in my journey of where I am now is that it was authentic. They basically gave me one rule, and that was just to be you. You know, when I went up to my boss and I was like, hey, I don't know, like, what you want from me. Like, how do you want me to do this? What, give me some idea. And he literally said, just be you. I think that's pretty rare, especially in the news industry. So I feel really, really lucky that from the start of my time on camera, I very much just got to be who I was. Nobody was saying you have to cut your hair a certain way, it has to be dyed a certain way, you have to wear certain clothing. It was just simply go out there and be fun. For a few years I did that. I went on and I helped other businesses and stuff do their social media. I was on camera for a long time and I felt really comfortable with that. But what I found really interesting is when I started my own channel is there was definitely this block. Because for a long time I had been promoting other people, other people's businesses, other people's ideas. Although I was allowed to be 100% me, I wasn't really putting myself out there, right? I was just going out and being fun, but I was like, hey, you should buy this car. Look how cool this car is. It wasn't like, hey, this is me and this is my idea and this is who I am and I have this knowledge and I want to share it with you. So it was kind of this weird thing when I started my own YouTube channel of where I had to really figure out, okay, I get to be me, but how much of me do I really want to show? It became really scary, having the idea of like strangers seeing what I'm doing didn't really bother me, but putting it out there to my friends and family was really scary because I was like, hey, this is what I've been doing for the last few years. This is the life I've been building, the life I've been growing that you don't really know. You kind of have an idea of what I do for a living, but not really. And now I get to show you, but what if you think it's dumb? Or what if you don't like it? Or what if you're like, actually, you're not good at that, right? So there was like all these ideas going through my head that made it a little bit more difficult to be that authentic self that was so easy when I was promoting somebody else. It felt really vulnerable. So in this video, I just want to talk about some of the ways I was able to overcome those challenges and give you some ideas on how you can be your most authentic self. The first thing I would say is it's not about you. It really isn't. Ultimately, this video has nothing to do with me. It doesn't matter who I am or what I think or how I feel. What matters is that I'm connecting with the viewer. And then that viewer is able to go, hey, I can apply this to my life somehow and improve it, or, figure out how to make a better video or market my business and finally, put content out there when I wasn't able to before. So ultimately it has nothing to do with me. It has 100% to do with who your viewer is. Truthfully, you have to get over yourself. Think about what kind of value you can bring, but it's not, oh, I can bring that value and I'm going to look cute on camera and I'm going to get famous, I'm going to be an influencer. It's what kind of value can I bring, and is it really going to be something that somebody wants or needs in their life? It took me way too long to put this content out there because I thought to myself, well, I know how to make videos, I know how to edit, but I do it every single day. So to me, it's second nature. I'm like, it's not that hard to figure out, right? But then as I was talking to a lot of my friends that own small businesses and they were asking all these questions and things that I thought were just intuitive, I forgot that there was a period in my life that I didn't know how to do those things, that I spent years and years practicing and learning and understanding those skills, understanding marketing, understanding YouTube and how it works. So something that I maybe didn't think was that valuable or interesting, I found out that, hey, I actually do have something that I can offer people that can help them with their business. And so this no longer is about me. It's about thinking about my friend who is a therapist and she's launching a podcast and she's asking me all these questions. So this video is for her. It's for my chef friend who is calling me and asking me how do I do this? How do I make this more interesting? And I'm, giving him advice. This video is for my cousin who owns this really cool crystal shop and she's trying to understand how can I get all of this content out there? And this video is for you, right? There's a reason that you clicked on this video. And I want to be able to offer as much knowledge and value as I possibly have. And that helps me be able to get over my fears or my insecurities and just go, hey, this isn't about me, this is about you. The second part of this is that it's easier to be authentic. It might not sound like it, right? There are some things you're going to have to get over. Like I said, your own insecurities, and playing a part seems safe, right? But it's so much easier to just be you. The first shoot that we did, I did kind of bring in this newsy side. I was like, oh, I have this on camera experience, but it did feel a little bit inauthentic. And luckily Allie was there and was able to kind of tone that back and be like, hold on, this doesn't feel like you and fun and easy for you.
Maybe let's do one just conversational, throw in some of your own words.
Too television-y, huh?
In the end,
look, we just want to make this fun and easy for you.
It was all those insecurities coming out, but that day was incredibly draining. Trying to play this part that wasn't really me was really, really hard. And the more that I get comfortable being authentic and sharing who I am, the easier that these filming days become. I don't end the day being like, oh, I need to take a nap. I'm so freaking exhausted because I just played a role for 6 hours. Instead, I'm just giving you what I have and being me. I've seen both sides of it. I've seen where people try to sort of do that bro tube, hey guys, high energy salesman type thing, right? And the people that do that, it's yes, they've had some success and that's great, but at the same time, it's really, really hard for them to sustain that. I also get to see them at the end of the day where they're completely drained. And there's been moments where something that I really love to do is draw out the very best of people. As a producer, that's my job, right? And it's something I love and I feel like I'm really, really good at. So being on set with some of these people that were kind of had been putting on this persona for so many years or doing this thing that felt really inauthentic to them, when I was behind the camera and I could soften them and bring them back to who they naturally were, it was a really, really cool transformation to see. So if you're planning on starting a channel or, a TikTok or Instagram or something like that, it is really smart to take a look at your competitors or people that are doing the same thing that you want to do and get an idea of what seems to work. But at the end of the day, you still have to be authentically you. So figure out what parts of that make sense for you, but don't try to become them. Still just be who you are. I'm a little weird and silly, and I think at first I tried to be too polished, and I see it all the time with our clients where they do the same thing. We're on set, we're having fun and we're laughing, and then we're like, okay, go ahead, do the video, and then they're like, okay, now I am giving you this information and I'm very professional. And it's like, no, I don't want that. I want you to bring out that silly, fun person that I was just interacting with. I want the YouTube audience to see that. You have to do what feels right for you. If it feels right to go into a super professional mode, that's great. But if it doesn't, then don't do it just to seem like you're more professional than you really are. You're going to find your audience and your people that connect with you. So don't try to be something that you're not. The last thing I would say is just practice and watch your videos. The more comfortable that you are on camera, the more that you're going to be able to be authentically you, right? If you're stressed, if you're like, oh, this is so scary, or you're thinking like, what do I look like? What am I doing with my hands? What's going on? Then all of those things are going to show through. So the more you do it, the more you're going to feel comfortable just being like, hey, this is me. I know what I'm saying. I know what's going on. And you're not going to be overthinking. We have a ton of other videos that go into how you can get more comfortable on camera. So I'm not going to go into too much detail on that. You can check out our playlist here. And lastly, I would say, don't worry about the numbers. Don't worry about being famous or an influencer. Those things will come if you are authentically you. I'm really proud of what I've been able to build over the last few years in my business, and I'm really proud of what I've built so far with Ali and Stefania and Sebastian and the team with our YouTube channel, and I'm really excited to see where it goes from here. But ultimately, it's just been really kind of a discovery process too. Being me, talking about these things, it's helped me learn a lot about who I am and who I want to be in this business. And it's really, really fun to see the people that show up for you and come out and say nice things about you. It's not about getting nice comments, right? Like, again, that goes back to ego. But seeing that what you do has value is really, really fun. I wanted to give a special shout out to my friend Kalina, who is our #1 fan. She's amazing. She actually posted on Instagram, sharing with her friends that they should subscribe to our channel. And it's moments like that that really make this kind of worth it. Just knowing that you have a support group and people that are excited about what you're doing. And then being able to step back and again, just be like, I'm proud of what I'm building and it's scary, but if I am just the most me, then at the end of the day, I'm doing the best I can and I'm excited to see where that goes. If you've been wanting to start a YouTube channel for a while, this is your sign that it's time to just do it. If you need any tips, subscribe to our channel. We are putting out videos like this all the time that give you tips and tricks on how to be more comfortable on camera, how to market your videos, how to grow your YouTube channel, and more. We also have a really great free gift that I'd love to give to you. It's a free little mini course about the top 10 things you need to know before you start a YouTube channel. We are your video allies. You've got this, we've got your back, and we cannot wait to see what kind of content you create.